Welcome, I'm Sue from createwithsue.com, and today we're going to look at how we create stickers with the Loklik iCraft and their software Idea Studio. So these are the stickers I've done. You'll see more of them in the video. I did two lots, two different sorts. I have peeled some of them and played with some of them, and I made some mistakes. So it's a learning curve for me too, because I've not used this software before. And let's see how well the Loklik iCraft and Idea Studio do creating stickers. I'll see you in a minute. This is the Loklik main screen, and we're going to go to create some stickers. So this is my zone, which is where I've created some already just to play with the system. Now you can name it as well. So we'll cut these ones out as well. But we'll create some from scratch, and we're going to upload an image, and we'll just flick through and find something, not that type of image. Oh, that would be alright, but that's not what I want today. I want very cut out stickers. Yep, these ones would be okay. That one perhaps, and open. Now you've got a standard cut or a printer cut. We're going to go with printer cut, and you can remove the background in here if you've got one. This one's got a transparent background. Can crop it. There's a few features here. Magic wand, I'm not really sure what that does. Erase will obviously erase parts of it, and crop. I'm just going to crop it. You don't need to crop it if you are managing your stickers on size alone. Then it will take it to the outside border. So if you want to have it a bit closer, you crop closer to your design. And I'm going to try expanding this design so we've got an outset or an offset on it. You can do an inset as well. It's got a shrink for inset and an expand for offset. Takes a little bit of time. There's no, like, I don't know how much it's offsetting. All I'm doing is looking at the screen and going, oh, it might need a bit more. Let's see how that goes. And you'll see over on the layers panel that you've got an offset layer that it's created and the original image. And it's locked. This is different from the others I've done before, is locking it. Oh, so you obviously need to select both. We'll undo that. Make sure your whole group is selected when you change the size, otherwise it will just reduce the size of one layer. Or you can use the top there, you can use the sizing. You can either use the handles around the edge of the blue line there, or the sizing. We'll add another one. And we'll expand it again. Print to cut, print then cut is called on this one. Takes a little minute for it to process. Oh, there we go, there's the expand. I will do an expand. I'll just speed this up a little bit. So I've just put a little offset. Once again, I can't tell how much an offset. All I can see, and you may not be able to see that. There's a little offset. You can see it against that other camera. You can see the offset. And reduce the size. So you can see on the background there that I've got I think it must be an A4 marking on the 12-inch mat. That's the guide for the print. Obviously it's print. You'll print either a letter or A4. And that is the guide for how you place your design so that it prints. So we will add a couple of the inbuilt images just to compare really. So you've got a couple of, you can inspire as well. I haven't really used that. Images, go down to print then cut. You can sort your images. So we're going to do a print then cut. So that will give you just the print then cut type images. And there's quite a few in here. Summer things, and I'm just going to search for bears. So up in the top bar there, I search for bear. And I want teddy bear type things. Oh, I don't know no, not that one. We'll keep looking. Oh, I found one. There we go. That one's cute. So add to canvas. It's a free design. And we'll put something else. Horse. Let's see, horses. I like horses. Well, that one's not bad. And also the unicorn's not too bad. But I think we'll look for something else. Truck. Yeah, that's a truck. There's a few trucks there. I rather like this one here, big yellow truck for the boys. Add to canvas. And they come in quite big, which is okay. Select the image and you can reduce by just typing in there. I'm going to do a 4-inch size. You can see the little lock between the two, the height and the width. If that is open, it will resize one area at a time. If it's closed, it will do it in proportion. And then you can use the arrows to just make it a little bit neater. And I might just shrink that a little bit more so that fits. So 4 is probably a good starting point, but it does depend on what size you want your stickers. And just adjust them on your sheet to suit. And I think we'll try and squish one more. We might put an ice block or something. We'll put an ice cream or I don't know, something something sideways so we can fit in that bottom piece. And that's a selection of ice creams. I do notice that there was another ice cream on a different screen that didn't come up, so it must be named a little differently. Anyway, this one will do. And once again, I'm just going to type in 4. I might type in 3. Might even need smaller than that as well. And you'll see the cursor changes to a circle, so you can just swivel it around. And you can see the rotation there and the rotation up at the top menu. Let's make it so it's 90. So it's square, doesn't really matter, it's up to you. And it's still a little bit big. So we'll just arrow key down a bit, like the top there, so that it fits, and position it in a good spot. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. So you can see the layers. That's the image and that's the layer underneath it. Even in the print to cut, you can see that the 2 I brought in externally are currently locked. And the other thing I noticed is the inbuilt design. See the layer, underneath layer for the expansion is, or the cut layer. So that first layer is an image, top layer is the image, and the second layer is the cut file. So the top layer, image layer will print, and the bottom layer will be the cut out. But what I didn't realise to start with, and if you look carefully at the bottom, there's another layer, added layer there. So that one's the one that came with it, with that image. And down the bottom is another copy of it, which I just created. You can see that size there. Down the bottom here, you can see that additional layer so we can hide that with the eye. And I don't know whether you need to move this layer up, but for me, I need to move it up and pop it into the same group because it's tidier that way for one, but you may have to do it. I don't know. I just do it automatically. Okay, so I've hidden the second cutout, which is, I'll show you the error I made on my test one that I first started with, and that was part of the error. So we've selected the design, all the pictures are going to be printed, and we'll go make. And we are going to hook to our iCraft, and you can see cut, score, for or draw, depending on what you're planning to do. I'm going to cut, and I'm doing a print then cut, so I've selected that. And it's placed the registration marks around the outside edge so that the cutter knows where to cut. Basically, that's what you do. And start printing. So that looks all right. All the pieces are in. And select your printer. I'm going to manual feed my sticker paper to my Brother laser printer. And so I've selected that, and now it'll print. And I'll cut a little bit of this out because my printer takes a while. So we've got all the sections here, print then cut. You can print it again up at the top there. Down the bottom here where I'm working now is what you want to do. So we are going to either cut that group, but I'm going to choose all of them because I think you need to choose all of them. Then we go in and choose our materials. This is a little bit like the Cricut as well, that you have a material that you can choose. I've chosen Craft Printable Vinyl Sticker Paper. My sticker paper is just basic, pretty cheap sticker paper. And I've noticed different to my last time is it's given me 2 print jobs or 2 tasked jobs, and it will cut one and then it will cut the other. So this is the machine reading the registration marks. I've moved these little rubber things so that it knows where it's rolling. So they're kind of what tells it what to do. And then I'm going to have to go back to that same, you can see on the bottom screen that you can see that it is cutting. And then you can press the next one and it will reread the registration marks. And it's doing a pretty good job of recognising where it's got to cut. So that's the good news. It doesn't take all that long. I have obviously sped this up for the video. No, keep in mind I'm using paper, sticker paper. That's done a pretty good job of that. And you can see the expansion on that. And some little pieces to come out the centres there. Hey, it's done a great job of that one. I like that one. Good job. And this is the truck. I've just popped them back onto the paper because I haven't got anywhere to stick them at the moment. And I've had a little bit of a sticky thing. Oh, now that one was a little bit not an even expand. So it's a bit odd. I don't know whether I've accidentally moved that layer when I moved it or not. I don't know. And this is my first one. Now this is where I've had a bit of an accident. He's turned out pretty good, but he's missed a foot. The foot got cut off. I didn't notice that to start with. That one's not bad. It's a little bit off center. You can calibrate the system, so if it's not quite right, you can calibrate. There's a calibrate option. I did an offset on this one as well, and this is where I hid. I worked out I have to hide that second layer because in a minute you'll see that I have cut two lots. I've cut it out twice. Yes, this was a learning opportunity for me. He's done a great job of the little guy. I like him. He's cute. He's a bit sticky. Mike said to me, "Why have you put him on your notebook?" I said, "I didn't know where else to put him." So he's there. He's good. And he looks great. I decided to do another set because I had a lot of fun making them. I put a horse in there this time. That was one of the designs. And I've peeled the backing off this time so you can see the cutout. It's done a really good job of the direct cut. And overall I was pretty happy with how everything turned out with the stickers. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you in my next video. See ya. Bye.